Welcome back, everyone, to another live stream and the first stream of a new decade. How are you guys all doing? We're going to be doing a Minecraft stream today with Claude from Chicago. So I hope you guys are all ready for this. It's going to be a fun stream today. We got lots to talk about. As you know, Claude had some medical issues today, which we're going to talk about. But he's here. He's here. He's all good. And we are ready to play some games. So I hope you guys are ready as well. And we're going to jump into the game as soon as Claude's done with his intro. Let me see where he's at.
Microphone activated.
Hey, Claude.
I'm watching your stream. It's a little delayed on my end, but you said there's something you're doing?
Oh, no, well, you know, last stream we had, we got in a little bit of an argument over hot dogs.
Of course.
We got in a little bit of an argument over hot dogs. And, you know, I say there's a certain way you're supposed to eat a hot dog, and you say there's another way you're supposed to eat a hot dog.
Correct.
And so, you know, it's nice timing that today is New Year's Day. It's a holiday. And it's one of those holidays where you eat hot dogs. I feel like it's a hot dog kind of a holiday. I don't know.
I think you're getting mixed up with the
4th of July.
4th of July, yeah.
Well,
but
so
close enough. It's always a good time to eat a hot dog, okay? Let's be honest.
Yeah, let's be honest. So I just happen to have my dinner here, and I'm eating a hot dog. I'm eating a hot dog. And as you can see, I got my lovely hot dog here.
I'm watching. Yeah, I'm a little delayed on my end, but
it's so good. It's so to be honest, I ate one before the stream, so this is like my second one.
Oh.
but let me show you the proper way to eat a hot dog, Claude. And you can explain your perspective in a second. But I got here a nice thing of ketchup. You can see organic. Because I'm all about being healthy, although this is probably not the healthiest meal in the world. But
yes.
it's a good
food
holiday.
Is food.
Yeah, it's a good holiday kind of meal. Okay, so what you do, you take your hot dog. You got your hot dog, and then you take your ketchup. And let's open this up.
Okay, you're putting the ketchup on the hot dog.
And I'm going to put the ketchup on the hot dog. Are you guys seeing this? Are you guys seeing this? Look at ketchup on the hot dog. Okay,
stop.
That's a little bit too much ketchup. That's a little bit too much ketchup. Wait, hold on. Well, that was a little bit too much ketchup. I got to. Okay. All right. So we got ketchup on the hot dog, and then you just eat it. You just
stop.
What? It's so good. It's so good.
No.
So what do you have to say about that, Claude?
Oh no, you can't be eating a hot dog with ketchup. It's just not even American, man.
What?
It's not Chicagoan. Maybe y'all down there in New Mexico might be eating them hot dogs with ketchup. But up here in Chicago, you gotta make yourself a nice little bed for that puppy. You need to have your celery salt. You need to have your tomatoes. You need your onions. You need your celery salt and sport peppers and a peppersy bun and a lot more other stuff. But no ketchup.
All right. And so what is your way of eating the hot dog then?
Just like that. If you're gonna eat a hot dog, it has to be a Chicago style hot dog. It has to have a sesame. It has to be an all beef sesame bun. You gotta have tomatoes, sport peppers, celery salt, mustard, and I think that's it. Did I say tomato? I don't know, but that sounds about right.
Well, that seems to be a whole lot of to do about nothing.
Prep. Yeah.
Like that sounds
To be
to be a little bit too much
honest.
work for me. I don't know.
But
It's just a hot dog.
worth it.
It's just a hot dog. So this is how I'm bringing in the new year. I hope you guys are bringing in the new year equally in festive ways. And I'm also drinking some good old American Coca-Cola. So this is my holiday dinner, Claude.
Yeah, how'd you make those hot dogs, by the way, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, you're supposed to grill them, but I don't actually have a grill, and it's really cold outside, so I wouldn't grill anyway. So I fry them like in a frying pan.
Oh, when you said fry, I was thought you were pulling out this deep fryer.
No, deep fry.
Wait, is that a sponsorship by
By Coke? No, not sponsored, but Coca-Cola. If you want to sponsor, give Claude and I a call.
Yeah, just let us know. Coca-Cola,
just
we are
saying.
always down.
I'll drink Coca-Cola on every stream.
I'd get a webcam just for my Coke glass. I wouldn't even put it on my face. I would just have a webcam on my Coke glass. And if it gets low, then I get a new Coke.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter about my face. It only cares about the product.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what they're saying.
Oh my goodness. Well, should we play some Minecraft, Claude?
Oh, we definitely should. I didn't have a hot dog, so I'm sorry, guys. So I will reinstate everything that has happened. So on yesterday, my dad, he did it for Christmas too, but we didn't have hot dogs. We had these mini hot dogs, right? And you know how those people have those people like wrap the hot dogs in like that breading or whatever. He didn't do that.
Wait,
you know what I'm talking about? Like those.
You mean like pigs
those
in a
little
blanket?
Smokies? Yeah, like that, but it's not that. It's something more American. So my dad, instead of wrapping it in like the pigs in a blanket looking thing, my dad wraps it in bacon. He wraps mini hot dogs in bacon and then puts brown sugar on them.
That sounds really good.
And it is really good. It is not healthy. I can tell you that right now.
Diabetes, here we come.
It is so good. And he and I had some today before I started suffocating to death. Now that I think about it, because I did because he warms up and he's like, could have had a little bit of my dad's a big guy, by the way, and that's a good thing, especially because like you're never starving. So
yeah.
But he's like, you could put actually like maple syrup like or straight on that, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that. That ain't gonna taste good. And guess who was wrong again?
Wait, what?
Me. I was wrong. That's probably why I started suffocating. Joke. We have funny. Mikael.
Yeah, so can you I'm going to eat some more of this hot dog, but while I'm eating this, can you explain a little bit about you had a near-death experience today? What was that all about? Because I think some people were freaking out in Discord. In your Discord.
Well, I was having a near-death experience of me suffocating to death, but when I came onto the server right here before this, all these torches were unevenly lined up, so I have to redo it. That was the.
So that was your second near-death experience.
Yeah,
was the uneven torches.
Which the torches are never going to be lined up perfectly exact here. Get it exact. But I'm just lining them up in the straight line. We'll eventually have our little lights here. But okay, so what happened today? Get to the.
Let's set the story. So you come on Discord today. You come on Discord and you just type in Discord, "I'm going to the hospital," and then everyone's like, "What?"
Yeah. So at that point, when you saw that message, I was already at the. That was pretty much like the climax of my suffocation. After that, it just pretty much just went straight downhill.
Wait.
Uphill. Sorry.
You were suffocating. You were suffocating while you were typing on Discord.
Well, yeah, I kind of just assumed that I was gonna end up.
No,
Because I hate hospitals. Because
that's a pro gamer moment right there.
Oh yeah, I have too much stress.
You're like, I'm suffocating. Must let everybody know.
Because I didn't know if I was gonna. Because it felt like I was gonna pass out, but I also didn't know. I also know if I, okay. So let me. So, Claude wakes up. My dad literally instantly gives me those little mini hot dogs sort of left over.
Yeah.
That happens. I do some other stuff. I sit down, watch South Park. Got my big piece of salmon that my dad cooked, and I was watching the wrestling episode, the WWE episode. So I was eating it, and my throat started swelling. I had this before, so I had this like thing before, like where it starts like swelling, but apparently my throat is spasming. I don't know. That's what the doctor said. But long story short, so it's like, oh, no big whoop. Like, it'll just go away like it always does. It didn't go away, and then, like, my body started shaking. So we got up, left, go to the hospital, which I haven't been to the hospital in, like honestly, like, 15 years. Like, for myself, like, 17 years or something like that. It's been a while. Wow. Like, for emergency, of course, because I've only been there twice. I'm not allergic to salmon because I eat salmon all the time, so I don't understand why. But apparently my throat was spasming according to the doctor that was seeing like 400 patients at the exact same time. So I will have to go visit my own doctor,
Yeah.
Whenever I have a chance that actually specializes or whatever. But yeah, so pretty much what happened was I almost suffocated. I was feeling way better. Then they gave me medicine that pretty much just numbed my mouth and my throat, and now I can barely talk. So that's pretty much what happened. The end.
Yeah, I think
I'm alive.
I think one of the morals here is to be on Claude's Discord channel, because when important news happens, it happens there first.
Oh yeah, I will always message Discord first, because Discord is people that I know that I can. I'm not gonna just tweet it.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Because if you guys need to know anything about me or Zach, I'm pretty sure Zach too. That's all you use for your social media for this.
Yeah, pretty much. It's nice because it's like the people on Discord are like your real bros. I feel like they're the real ones.
Yeah, there's always fake bros on there, but the real bros are the real bros.
Yeah.
But like,
okay.
No, but like honestly, Discord is if you want to know anything from me or Zach, I'm only checking for Discord. If it says Zach is canceling stream or making it a bonus stream, I'm checking Discord, because if it ain't on Discord, it ain't happening.
Okay,
You gotta.
All right.
It's because I could say in the description that I'm going to live stream tomorrow, and then I'll suffocate and die. But and on the Discord, before I die, I will type I'm dying. So that is where you need to check in hashtag times to be specific.
Yeah.
Of course.
I think I put.
He's talking with a mouth.
I think I put too much
rude.
ketchup on here.
Yeah, ketchup's not really ketchup's not very a good tasting subject, so it might take you a little bit, or you might not finish it. I could have helped you, Dr. Brown says. Oh shoot, right. What the frick? What am I going to the hospital for? You know what I'm saying? Zach, why are we going to the hospital? We got a doctor on call.
Yeah.
What is this? Hospitals will kill you if you're there too long. Honestly.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that you had such a traumatic incident to start your new decade. That's kind of a bummer. That's like a real bummer.
Yeah, at least it happened not at like work or at school or whatever.
Hospitals are like the worst places too. Like it's just like it's so.
I hate the hospital.
Yeah, like
after that I pledged. I was like, I'm not going to the hospital unless I'm coming in to the morgue.
Unless you're coming in a body bag.
Yeah. That's the only time I'm coming to a hospital. Sorry, Dr. Brown. You won't be able to see me. Yeah. God, I even went to the nicer hospital. It was still like, oh. Like, have you, like, when was the, oh wait, this guy's freaking out. Yes, everything's in the description around the panel. No, I'm not saying that I hate your hospital. So Zach, when is the last time you've been to a hospital?
Do you have your bed on you? Oh,
yeah, I
you.
always.
Okay.
I got my bed.
I haven't been to the hospital in a long time. I am not a big fan of hospitals either, and so I go as little as possible. And I mean, I'm not a honestly. Sorry, don't get triggered, Dr. Brown, but I think doctors are a scam. I'm not a fan of doctors. Every time I've been to the doctor, it's been a waste of my time and my money. And I think I've told this story on stream before.
Dr. Brown just typed ...
I know, Dr. Brown's getting totally triggered. But, like, so the last time I went to the doctor, I had gotten, and this was like 10 years ago or something. I was like, I had gotten really sick one year, like just really sick. And I think it was just the flu or something. But I mean, I was like, I had a temperature over, I don't know, like, it was really high. It was like 110 or something. It was like ridiculously high, and I had it for like a week, and I just felt like I was dying. And so I went to the doctor, and I was like, and I didn't have health insurance at the time, so there wasn't really anywhere I could go. And so I didn't have any money at the time either. And so I scraped together everything I had in my savings, and I went to a doctor, and I gave him all my money, and I said, "Doctor, you gotta help me. I'm dying here." And the doctor took one look at me, and he said, "Chicken noodle soup, go home." And I was like, I just gave you my life savings, like everything I had at that moment. And he's telling me to go home and eat chicken noodle soup. And so I had no options at that point. So I went home and I ate chicken noodle soup and I got better. But I was like so angry. And I've never been to a doctor ever since then.
I feel that. Honestly. That would have been... I would have been very upset. If I heard that. It's because, like, did he say it, like, how did he say eat chicken noodle soup? Did he say it, like, in that
He said it just like I...
way?
Yeah, just like I said it. The exact same way.
Oh, no. I would have definitely been very triggered. That does not sound...
yeah,
I would
you
have
know,
been very...
you know he's a doctor, so he's making, like, tons of money. And, you know, I just, the whole thing I found very obnoxious. But so it's like the same thing. Like, you got to the hospital today, and you were like... by the time somebody saw you, you were already getting better, right?
Yeah, I just had to suffocate it out.
Yeah, so it was like almost not worth it.
Yeah, just like nothing.
No, but so what did
the
what did the doctor say when you finally saw him? Did he give you any real advice, or did he give you any medicine even?
Not him. He just got not him. The nurse gave me the medicine. I don't think doctors are really honest. Like at one of those busy ERs, they don't really give you anything. They kind of just push it off.
He could have at least given you a shot of vodka or something.
To be honest, that would have like probably helped. Pretty much what he said was like, has this happened? He just asked all the basic questions, and then he was obviously way busy, and he was just kind of like, and then he's honestly, he pretty much was like the same thing as you said. If you think about it overall, I don't know how to explain it. Nothing really happened. He didn't.
Well,
I'm not allergic to say. He said I'm not allergic because if you were allergic, your you would be having a rash on your neck and your chest area, which I was not having. So it was not a reaction. It's just you up. Apparently, I have a throat that will spasm. So which will lead to me not breathing.
Okay, okay. Well,
which is not cool.
I'm glad to hear that you've made it out of that situation safe and sound. Like I was worried about you, man.
Thank you. I was worried about not streaming, and that was going to trigger me.
Well, I was worried about having to finish. I was worried about having to finish this spaceport all by myself.
Yeah, you had to finish it before my card got denied.
Hurry, build.
You got 3 months. 3 months, and then you gotta. No, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, no doctor did save my life. All I did was all I had to do was honestly just suffocate it out. Like how like like back in the day, you didn't play that many sports. You didn't play anything physical, did you?
Well, I played sports. What are you implying?
No, I mean
what are you implying, Mr. Claude?
I'm talking about like how like
you're like you didn't play anything physical, did you?
No, you played golf. I know, but I mean talking about like football, where you and your friends would go outside, and then one kid would give you a concussion, and then you'd be like, "Oh, you'll be fine," and then all the guys would just walk him to the house and throw him inside.
No,
and
I
his
didn't.
mom's like,
I didn't play football. Actually, did I tell you this? My parents forbid me to play football, and my mother wrote a note to the school that said Zach is not allowed to play football at all. And it was so just frustrating because I wanted to play football so bad because like all the cool kids play football, like the cool like Claude, of course, he's one of the cool kids. He of course played football, but like I didn't play football, and yeah, because my parents wouldn't let me. They thought it was too dangerous.
It is dangerous. It's not like it isn't. It is dangerous. Your mom's not. It's because. But
you're saying my mom was right? I could have handled it.
No, your mom was right. I would have. At the end of the.
I would have taken those guys out. I would have just like, bam, knocked them on the ground.
Hey.
Wouldn't have even stood a chance.
You probably could have. Don't get me wrong there. I'm not saying that you couldn't. Any size dude can take out any size dude on the field. It's just a lot easier for a big guy to do it.
Well, and I played soccer too. Soccer's kind of physical. Like those people, they'll kick you in the shins. Those people will kick you in the shins. Yeah,
have you ever played? I never played ice hockey, but I played street hockey.
Yeah.
That's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, that sounds dangerous. I never did that.
Yeah, it's too expensive. By the way, kids, do not let your daughter be an ice skater unless you're super rich like Dr. Brown, and do not let your kid play hockey at all.
Well, and
at all.
And we talked about this already. I also played the piano. That's pretty physical. You can get carpal tunnel syndrome. I mean,
true.
Yeah.
I can also get carpal tunnel from playing Minecraft too, but we're out here risking it because we need
risking it for the biscuit.
Hey! Oh man, me and Zach are already on that level of like. We are like on that level. How long? It's been 6-7 months since we've been hanging out, like twice to 3 times a week.
We've been streaming together too much.
That's what we need to take our. Okay. So, Good Gaming says, "Glad you're better. Thank you." But Good Gaming says, "Oh dear, not the piano." That's what I was getting to. Oh dear, not the piano.
All right, I'm changing this so that it's not so it's going to be level with the runway because I figure you're probably going to get triggered if it's down a level.
Okay, no, we should be fine. Maybe PvP. I would not today because I won't be able to talk after. We'll do that tomorrow if he's still on. Yo, same thing here. I got stung by a bee in my throat. Committed yeets. PvP says, "I'm sorry, but I gotta laugh." I understand. God, it's terrible because it's happened to me before too, and it's not like it has to. So Dr. Brown, you are right though. The doctor did help by telling me that it was a spasm. How do I don't know if
How did
if
he
it
know
just,
it was
like,
a spasm? Though? Did he take like a? Did he have like an imaging machine or something? Like, how did he know it was a spasm?
He does.
He just
From
looked
what
at
all the
it.
symptoms all he did was he pretty much came in and he rechecked my blood pressure, took one of those like those basic looking throat looking things, like the little stick that says go and he's like, yeah, it's the same thing like you said, where he just came in there and just kind of said chicken. He's like, yeah, you probably have a throat spasm.
Yeah, but
And then, and the crazy thing is because they moved me out into the hallway because that really like that's when you know you got to get up and leave when they start moving you into the hallway.
oh my
Because
goodness.
you're the
Like,
better people.
I gotta say,
Deja vu,
Doctor
by the
Doctor
way.
Brown could have done that checkup.
I know. I would have called Dr. Brown.
Yeah, next time, just do a voice chat with Dr. Brown. He'll take your blood pressure and like.
To be honest, though.
And then you'll be done. You'll be out of there, and it'll save you $100.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If I didn't have insurance, I would have hella been ripped. Or my dad didn't have insurance, I would have hella been ripped.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was definitely I'm not saying it was a fun experience at all. I'm not going, but next place is just straight to the morgue or a personal doctor.
Hold on, I gotta put my ketchup back in the refrigerator.
Oh, you gotta put the ketchup away. I'm joking. So he still has his stuff on, or unless he muted his mic. But hello, Zach's chat. And all a raid does is just send. Yeah, no, if I'm gonna raid somebody, I want to be able to talk to them. Usually, I have some people that I would like to raid myself. It is confirmed. Everyone, Claude's spastic. Stop. Hi, I'm basically getting insulted by two adults I don't know in real life. Dr. Brown, stop! Dr. Brown, I didn't mean it like that. That's what I'm saying. Call me on this toll. God, no, Dr. Brown, no. He did
I'm
help.
back.
Okay. Sorry, I just left the mic on just so like if he didn't mute me that
Yep.
there was still audio going through.
I gotta say those hot dogs were really good. Like, you know, I generally eat I don't generally eat hot dogs because I eat really healthy normally, but like I feel like on vacations you just gotta eat whatever it is you want to eat.
Oh, to be honest though, like, man, I don't know what was the best thing you ate over the break.
Let's see.
Because I love food. He just ate a hot dog on stream. But yeah, PvP, pretty much that's what I mean. Skip back a couple minutes.
I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Stop, PvP. Like, what's your favorite Christmas or New Year's food that you only get to eat so often?
Well, usually
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, well, usually I think we've talked about this before. I mean, my family's Italian, and so we always have Italian food, which is like amazing for all the holidays. So that's always just like fantastic. I mean, you can't go wrong with Italian food.
True. Do you have a bunch of glass on you, by the way?
I have a little bit of glass.
How much is a little?
I have 5 stacks.
Okay, here's some bones and here's some lapis lazuli. Get started.
Wait, what? I'm making this runway to the.
Oh, throw me the glass and throw me the my stuff that I just gave you back.
Oh.
Throw me the glass and throw me the Okay, not one at a time, please.
How do I throw it all?
You can hold Control and then Q.
Oh.
Sweet.
Wait, hold on. One more.
And then
one
throw
more.
me those lapis lazuli and bones. Wait.
Wait, what?
You had this much stuff left?
Well, it's a work in progress.
Well,
I'm still working on it.
Money.
I'm just working on the runway right now. What, is that a lot?
You're good. Yes, this is like enough to like build 6 of these buildings. I'm playing. It's a lot though. I'm not gonna lie.
So what did you do for New Year's Eve?
What did I do at New Year's Eve? Not really too much. I stayed at home. All my friends were at work or doing stuff, so I just stayed at home, just chilled. I was watching your stream, and then we just sat around and we watched New York and the Chicago one. By the way, Chicago being subpar again, like of course. And what was the other one that we watched? New York. New York, by the way, was probably the worst one this year. I don't know if you saw that on TV.
Really? I thought it was good.
Mommy. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like it was nothing fancy. Because we watched what was it? Oh, so I follow some news stations on my phone.
Yeah.
On Facebook, which I don't go on because it's just all political.
Yeah.
So it's very annoying. But all the people that say it's not political literally type in like all political stuff. But okay, it's not trying to be toxic or anything. But so Paris actually had the best one this year.
Really?
Because I watched New Zealand, Australia.
Yeah, some of the other countries do like amazing jobs. Like I heard like like Brazil had an awesome one too.
Athens as well. Athens, they had the Parthenon building chilling there.
Yeah.
But Paris's, I think overall was the best one because Paris had the Arch of Triumph.
Yeah.
They had that whole thing set up with like a billion projectors. It seemed like it wasn't that many, It was still a lot, and they displayed it like the Olympics, where in Sochi, Russia, where they had those projectors like display like moving stuff and all that sort of. It was awesome. Their fireworks were awesome. There was nothing subpar, and like the hype of it was too. It was showing France's history and all that stuff.
Yeah.
What was New York? It just said 10, 9, 8, 6, and then it was done.
But it was cool to see everybody celebrating. Like the streets were just like packed with people.
By the way, go to not sponsored here, but what was it called? Planet
Fitness. Yeah, Planet Fitness. Yeah, that was smart of them to do because like everybody saw that Planet Fitness, and then like now everyone's gonna go to the gym and get gym memberships for their new year. Like that. Wow, that was so smart of them.
I don't know. Is it always them that does it? Because I remember. Did you see the Chicago one or no? The Chicago one was better than New York. Not being even biased here or anything. The Chicago one, they did it by the river. New York, they just kind of did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry. I usually honestly like watching New York. I'm not like I do like the New York one because of like just tradition.
I didn't know you were such a New Year's critic.
I'm always
like
a
this
critic. This is why.
I mean, like I haven't thought about it that much. I mean, I thought it was a party. It was a big party.
Nice. It was nice. It probably would have been so lit if you were actually there.
Yeah.
But from watching it on. You were a part of the. You did this. It's about views and ratings. Was that their best performance? Did they outdo? America was just like laughed at compared to Paris and London's that were the ones before that because there's no one in the ocean.
Well, I gotta say, while I was watching it, I did.
It was still fun. Don't get me wrong. Okay. Yes.
When I saw in Times Square when they had the giant 2020 up there. Like it did kind of give me the chills to like realize, man, this is a brand new decade. Like, and it just like really like cemented for me like what a big deal this New Year's was. I mean, it was like it's a big deal to like have a brand new decade.
Oh,
Especially
no,
after the decade we've just had.
Time flies. Everything that has happened, like the majority of my life happened in that decade. The 2010 to now.
Yeah.
But man, it was still fun to watch. It was still fun to have. It was definitely fun playing with you 2010 to 2019. But I got a new game now. 2020 edition.
Oh.
Good Gaming says France history? Do you mean white flag every war? Maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud. What? City/countries need to take note from Claude. Yeah. By the way, that I know it's cool. I'm sorry. Why am I the Grinch? This is what my mom calls me. I used to be very celebratory, but ever since I've learned how money works and like actually learned how money like works, can we just have like a YouTube video that plays every year exactly at midnight per country and just save everyone a bunch of money?
What do you mean?
Because isn't it just like a huge waste of money just to have a whole bunch of fireworks that the government spends, or the tax? Well, not all of them are done. Some of them are private, but isn't that kind of like a waste of money?
Wait, what? Like a party is a waste of money? I don't think so.
I'm just
for
saying,
2020.
The taxpayers are spending like that's going like I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Did you watch the Wisconsin ball drop? It was a huge blank piece of cheese in Lambeau Field, and everyone started eating cheese together.
That's so weird.
I did not see that PvP. No, I am a Green Bay Packers fan, and if that is on their page, I will definitely look at later. Like that sounds pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie. See, that's something different. Wisconsin cheese. That's what we need to do. Oh, it's a joke, bruh. That would have been. Put that on the ballot. Put that on the ballot. I'm going up to Wisconsin. I'm pitching that to them. Like that, isn't that cool, Zach? If that was a real thing, to have just like a piece of cheese, just chilling.
Yeah, I'd go and eat some cheese. I'd go and eat
because like you could have a whole thing. Zach is probably very triggered at. I'm sleeping. Hold on.
Now I'm hungry for some cheese. Maybe I should eat a piece of cheese.
Some cheese.
In memory of Wisconsin.
Yeah. I don't. Now I'm just in a constant fear of eating stuff. By the way, Zach.
Mukbang. Yeah, I think everybody should
Oh no! Either way, there should be some sort of celebration. I just think it would be cheaper for the government to make a crappy video. By the way, I play this game with our family that we usually do, but it's count how many biased things per station.
How many what?
I'll explain to you later. But some of the things, I don't know. I can't say anything because I'm gonna end up working for one of these companies. So, if I'm lucky, of course. Shane,
Ah.
what's up, dude?
Shoot, I'm fighting a skeleton. That's it.
I am
Get
not
outta here.
anorexic. I love food too much to be anorexic. I can tell you that. It is not. It is. By the way, we are playing. These are jokes here. We take health very seriously. If anybody has a problem, please let a moderator know, and we will be able to help you out as best as you can on my stream or Zach's stream. Whew.
Yeah,
Gotta get that out there.
And don't take medical advice from us either.
Yeah, no, this is all a joke, all comedy. This is not any. Yeah, this is not. Don't take any our stuff literally.
Yeah, for me, I was like thinking about 2020, like the whole concept of like what the last decade meant. You know, 2010, the 2010s, and I.
Oh yeah, I remember. We got those cool glasses. I'm sorry, I'm pausing. We got those cool glasses, and every year since 2010, my mom added a new number at the end to save money.
Really?
You know how they come? Yeah, like the little hats.
Yeah.
It's like 2010, so she would add a 1, a 2, and then I think my sister started doing it after that, but I don't know who did it this year. But now we got a whole hat that's 2010, but it has 2 zeros. Like it's a whole new thing. Like the front, like it's just recycling.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, no, I like that idea. That's cheap. That's my kind of person right there.
That's what you can't explain the money sound effect as well right now. Oh man, that is. I was like, Zach would love that. I'm sorry, but yeah, the big 2010 thing started.
So the big thing for me with the 2010s is that, you know, the Great Recession started off the decade.
Correct.
The Great Recession was 2007 to 2009, and so, you know, for most people spent. All right, so those of you who don't know, like the Great Recession was
for America
was pretty bad. Was pretty bad for America, and the big deal was houses. Housing prices just like plummeted, and so
dropped.
So for most people, that meant that your house was underwater, because, you know, like people like my parents, for instance, like when the housing values were really high, they took out a second mortgage on the house. Like everybody did that. And so when the housing values dropped, suddenly that your house was underwater. That's what that meant. So like if you were like, if that happened to you, it took you 10 years to get yourself out of that. Like, because it either took 10 years for your house to reappreciate in value, or 10 years for you to pay yourself out of that situation. So
so that means people are now done with their things?
Well, I would hope so for most people, but I think like this decade was like really, it seemed really crazy, but it was because most people spent the last decade trying to either like dig themselves out of that financial situation. And like this was like, I would say the majority of Americans were affected by the Great Recession.
Yeah,
in some way or another.
Our parents almost did buy a house before it.
Really?
Dropped.
That's crazy.
They almost did. And I was like, oh, thank God.
They're so lucky. They're so lucky they didn't. Oh my God.
No, because they wanted to move me so I could go to a better high school.
Yeah.
Which there was no problems with my other high school, so maybe that's why I am the way I am today. But we didn't move because my dad was like, I don't know. Not because he didn't know, he just kind of knew like something like that would probably happen because we don't have great luck, even though we're Irish.
Yeah, you should have crazy luck.
Yeah, no, but no, yeah, we didn't, which was good because that house now would have been worth like, well, you pretty much got stuck with your house, right? Because you bought a house and then it was now you bought it for $300,000 and now they're saying it's only worth $100.
It would
something
be like
along that line.
Yeah, it would be like you owed a loan for something that wasn't worth as much as the loan you owed it for. So you couldn't sell it because if you sold it, the money you would get for it wouldn't pay off the loan that you had on it.
Oh, that's yep.
So it's
Okay.
like you're stuck. You're stuck, and most people have been stuck for the last 10 years. Now, like, hopefully most people are out of it by now, but like I think that really defined the decade and is the reason why the decade was like so crazy. I mean, it's been a really crazy decade.
Yeah, it is, and everyone's like, "Oh, Roaring 20s again." I don't know if you heard those memes, because wasn't the Depression was from 36, right?
Yeah,
No, it was
depression was
before
after the
that.
20s.
Okay, yeah, I was like, like the memes where the guy's like looking and it's like, that's me right now. But hopefully nothing like. But on a positive, history is already looping. Um, our last decade though, the stock market exploded within the last 3 years.
Well, yeah,
I
because
don't know.
it started at the recession. So
Yeah,
when you start from a low, you have nowhere to go but up.
true. That is true though. Not gonna lie. But isn't that a good thing though? Like because it's like apparently it says it's at the highest it's ever been. I don't know where they're taking that statistic from, or it's legitly is the highest it's ever been.
Well, I think I'm very, I
I don't know. You
mm,
do the money. I
yeah,
just kind of.
I have to be very careful what I say online, but I'll just say that I'm very optimistic about the economy because the way I look at it is I feel like I feel like the economy as a whole is in a very robust, healthy situation. Because like I said, I think that a lot of people got really hurt 10 years ago, and we're just now at the point where people are starting to like feel like they're in a healthy financial spot.
So this is where people are about to start spending.
Yeah, so I think the economy is going to keep going up. I feel pretty confident the metrics I've looked at.
I hope it. I honestly hope it just keeps going up. The only thing that would go down is like I guess because like how did the recession happen? Some bank ran out of money, right? And they asked for a government buyout, and the government said no.
Oh, there was a lot of problems, but the heart of it was the housing market. The housing market was
Yeah. No, I knew that.
overpriced, and there was um, mortgage-backed securities that were um, that were bought and sold by the banks that were based on overinflated housing prices, so that the mortgage-backed securities weren't fairly valued. So
Oh.
then the whole economy collapsed.
Yeah. God. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
It wasn't as bad as the original one, but
The original
it
what?
was still the original depression
The
for
Great
America
Depression?
at least. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it still was. It was still bad. It was still bad.
I think it was a lot worse than people give it credit for. I mean, it was really bad, especially for young people. Especially for young
sure,
people.
because especially they bought their first house and then they just got whacked.
Well, no, like young people, like people who were coming out of college back. So you're going to be coming out of college at a really good time in the economy, Claude. So it should be relatively easy for you to find a job. But like people who were coming out of college in like 2010, there were no jobs. And so there was like there was a period of like 5 years where there was no jobs. And so young people, like for that first 10 years of their life when they're supposed to be establishing a career, they were working at Starbucks or whatever. And so so young people really got hurt in the recession that I think, that's going to impact them for the next 20 years because what's supposed to happen in your career is that first 10 years you're supposed to be starting a family, starting to save some money, starting to like put stuff in place, and like all these young people weren't able to do that. And so there's like a whole there's a whole group of people who are really hurt. I think a lot hurt a lot more than people than is talked about, because what's talked about the most are how it affected the older generation, and people don't spend a lot of time talking about how it affected the younger generation. And I think if you look at that, it's like it was really devastating.
But were you a part of that?
I think I kind of I did
just made it.
Yeah, I did all right. And
yeah, sorry for like asking. Like
I made some pretty smart moves when the stock market crashed. If you know what you're doing, you can make money when the markets are good or the markets are bad. But I'm not going to talk about that online.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Needless to say, I turned out all right.
Okay, but that's good. That's
a lot of people didn't.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Well, and I didn't own a house either, so that was like a big deal. Like if you could escape the whole housing bubble, then it wasn't as bad for you.
Yeah, that makes sense, because then you don't have to pay. You're just renting then, or living with your parents, one or the other.
Yeah.
Holy shoot! Zach's face makes a perfect meme template. What?
Wait, are you making memes about hot dogs? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. Oh, you could, Zach. You know how much you could blow up if you had a meme template just like that for hot dogs? When that would just go so out of proportion, but it would be so funny at the same time, though. You know what I'm saying? It would be funny.
Yeah. No,
the big laugh.
Yeah, my life would be complete if I was a meme.
A meme, especially everyone knew too, not just like not one of those subpar ones. The Zach Daily Games meme.
Yeah, and I'd get on PewDiePie's year-end review.
I give this one a bloop bloop.
Yeah, a bloop bloop.
That would be honestly the biggest sad of all time. I'm not gonna lie. If I saw Zach on there and I heard PewDiePie go, "This one's," I would honestly like die. I would be like, "What?"
Oh no! You know what would be a really good meme, Claude? So if you took me, a picture of me eating the hot dog, and then replaced the hot dog with Baby Yoda.
Oh,
eating Baby Yoda. It would be. It's got everything. It's got everything you want in a meme.
Oh my gosh, memes are so nice. Like, so what you do for funny back then? What was funny back then?
For funny?
Yeah, because like honestly, well, with me growing up, anything funny was on Cartoon Network or not at all. So, and I'm not that like old. All these young kids don't know what was the original funny back then.
So
did you read the funny papers?
No, I think what you're referring to is I grew up without the internet. There was, if you can imagine, there was no internet. It didn't exist.
Yeah, it's hard for people to think about that, even especially if you grew up with having it.
Yeah, and so like we didn't even really have cell phones. So like if you look at the movie Wall Street. Did you ever see the movie Wall Street with
Wolf on Wall Street?
No. The original Wall Street. Claude. It's like a classic movie with who's in it? Gosh, I'm blanking on all their names, but you would know when you saw the actors who were in it.
Okay.
So,
Wall Street.
Anyway,
okay.
Wall Street was a movie in the 80s, and there was like a cell phone in the movie, and the cell phone was like, and so it's about Wall Street bankers or super rich people, and so it was like a super rich thing to have a cell phone, and the guy pulls out a cell phone, and it's like a brick.
Yeah, no, one of those big box phones. Yeah, I know what
Yeah.
you're talking
So
about.
like back in the day,
I
like
haven't seen that personally, other
cell
than
phones
movie.
weren't even a thing. So didn't have cell phones growing up, didn't have the internet. And I remember when we got our first personal computer, and like that was a big deal. And that had like I remember spending so much time learning every single thing I could about that computer. It was so cool. It was an Apple Macintosh. One
Oh,
of the
that
first
was the first
versions.
ones.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what it was like when I grew up. It was like it was a whole different thing.
Yeah, I see. When I grew up, because I went to Catholic school, I guess I'll say they were not as up to tech as the public schools that I did eventually go to.
Yeah.
Just because it wasn't like a big school, not as it used to be. But in there, like we did have all computers, but he was like, oh, we're gonna do the typing program, and he would give us a floppy disk, and you plug the floppy disk in and play on there. And I do
Oh.
remember specifically because I was a kid that could not focus too well. Because I don't know, I just couldn't focus because I always wanted to play sports. But they there was an ad on there. I specifically remember playing that ad over and over during class.
Oh shoot,
Because
there's
it was
skeletons
fun.
everywhere. There's skeletons everywhere, Claude. Shoot.
All
I'm
right,
not gonna be able to get to my
where's
bed.
my bed?
Where
I don't know where my bed's
Oh
at.
shoot. Where are you at,
Hold
Claude?
on. I don't know where I put my bed.
Where are you at?
I'm at I hold on, I'm looking for a bed. I'm at the house.
Okay, hold on. I gotta run in and get my
Oh.
bed because it's surrounded by monsters. Run!
All right,
Ouch!
I'm making a
Ouch!
bed.
I'm gonna
I'm making a
die.
bed.
I'm gonna die.
Don't die!
I'm running.
I'm coming out. Public schools are better. Catholic schools are prison.
Okay, I'm trying to sleep.
Okay, I am now sleeping right now. It does depend the clone. I'm not saying that the school that I went to was dying out. There was nothing wrong with it. It was just no kids were coming. Because
Wait, so you went to
Yeah?
private school?
I did.
I went to private school.
Oh,
That's so
hey,
like
Claude!
Claude, this is so strange
Squad!
that we have that much in common. Yeah, I went to private school too. Like
Did you go to
that's
public after, or
no,
did you,
no,
were you
no.
just-
I went private school the whole way through, and it's funny. Like
Oh, okay, okay.
my family was like super poor, and so they couldn't afford private school, and so
They barely made the money to get you to go there,
well,
and your brother.
yeah, well that, and they made a deal with the school.
Devil.
No, they made I guess.
I'm joking. That was just a song. It's just a song.
They made a deal with the private school I went to for high school that if I was the school janitor, they would give me a cut rate to go to the school.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
No, it was horrible because
No, what do you mean? You're getting job experience.
well,
That's
I
like
got
my
job
kid, I don't even have a
experience, but
kid.
it was so embarrassing when everybody else was school was over for everybody else, and they were all going to like sports practice, and I would go clean the bathrooms. It was humiliating. But you know what? I did it.
You did that.
I did it, and you know what? It built character. So there you go. And now here I am today playing on YouTube.
Now I'm sitting here with my Lamborghini and my knowledge.
But I'm not in general. Like I'm not a big fan of private school actually. I'm not sure that it's worth the money because it's very expensive, and I feel like you get just as good an education in public school. The one thing that you don't get in public school that you get in private school is I feel like they can enforce the rules more in private
Oh,
schools, so you don't get as
private
much.
school hella enforces rules.
Yeah, you don't get as much bullying and stuff like that as you get in public school.
Well,
So,
let's not get ahead of ourselves
well,
here.
you don't think so? I think I would have gotten a lot more bullied in public school than I did in private school because they were like so big on enforcement.
Well, I. Okay, continue.
Wait, did you bully people in private school? Yikes.
No, I was the one getting. I was the one getting bullied on.
Oh, okay, all right.
No, so unlike how many kids were in your private school? Like,
Oh, it was a small school. It was a small school.
so what happened was our class started from first grade at 30 kids, and by the time I got left in fourth grade, it was down to 13 or 14.
Wow.
So it was the exact same kids every single year, because we were pretty much right up before the huge drop. No, maybe it was way before that. I don't know. But so yeah, like, so you would have to deal with the same dudes over and over every single day, every single year. I don't know if you had the same thing. It wasn't like you would hang out with your friends and then the next year you get matched up with like. See, once I went to public school, there was 3 classes that I was in, and we had the biggest graduating class from public school.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the same kids over and over and over and over and over again, which was very annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Like, so yeah, it was bad. It wasn't like I was getting physically bullied on. It was more of just hated to seeing the same people that were not very positive every single day.
Yeah, that's true. I could see that.
Because that's I was very happy because once I went to public school, all those people I met from public school have been really nice. Everyone, like, there was a kid that was kind of like what you did, but not cool.
What do you mean?
And he, like, how you did the janitor work and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
He did generally kind of the same thing, but he was not cool.
Okay.
And it was kind of like it's like, why are you being so toxic for like no reason, mate?
Yeah.
Like, not even like for a reason. Like, it was just kind of like just hating on everyone for oh god.
Well, I gotta say my experience was a
know.
little bit better than that with them enforcing anti-bullying
Oh yeah.
stuff. But
Yeah, I wasn't like physically bullied like that. That was
because I've heard like horrifying bullying stories from public school, like just like people have had horrible experiences, like really physical bullying that I didn't have to deal with. And I know, I mean, I was an awkward enough kid that I know if I was in public school, I would have been like majorly bullied, just because I was that awkward as a kid.
Oh, that's pretty much. So I only got pulled out of school because my mom just had my little brother. So plus, the good thing about public schools is because I grew up obviously before you, and for people that don't know, I am dyslexic, so I can't I apparently read at a different grade level than everyone else or whatever, just a couple years behind, which is so frustrating. But so pretty much I left because at the public school they had all these teachers and stuff that could actually help you. Like, so during English class, they would just pull you out just for English class and help you learn the book or understand the book better than if you were just in like the regular classroom with everyone. So I was very happy about that. It was a same book, same content. It was just displayed differently, I guess. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I feel like in general, the public schools were actually better at academics than the private school, from my experience.
Oh, you mean private school, right? Or
No. Because what happens is the public schools have to abide by the state curriculum, right? So the public schools
so do the other ones too.
Private schools can teach whatever they want. And
yeah, but they still have to stay with the general state curriculum.
They don't. They do not, and I'll tell you why. Because I mean, I went to it was a religious private school, And so they taught science class from the Bible. Our science book was the Bible. And I guarantee you that was not the science book in public school. And so it's like, but by the time I got to college, I was so unprepared when it came to science. And I'll give you another example. Like we had, so that, I mean, that was our approach to science, was to like teach the beginning of the world by reading Genesis and like all that stuff. Well, so we had,
that's what we did in our private school.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying.
When I was there.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. Like that was how you learned how the world began and everything. Well, so there was one science teacher at my school. This is at my high school, who decided, you know what? I'm just going to give these kids a little bit of taste of what scientists actually say about how the world began. And so he spent one day, he's like, I'm going to spend one day of this classroom just explaining kids what they should expect in terms of what people teach in terms of evolution and all that stuff. And he's not saying this is right. He's just saying, look, you guys need to know. You need to know this. When you go to college, you need to know this. They're going to test you on this. And so he was fired the next day.
Wait, he was fired?
He was fired because he spent one day talking about evolution. And so like that, I mean, that's kind of what I mean when, you know, they can teach whatever they want. And it doesn't, what ends up happening is these kids aren't prepared for like science classes when they get to college. I certainly wasn't.
Yeah, especially if you go your whole life learning that evolution, like, you believe whatever you want, by the way, guys, if evolution is real or not.
Yeah, so I had.
But if you go the whole life without knowing if evolution is real or not, when somebody hits you with "this is evolution," is this, you would be freaking mind blown.
Yeah, well, here
you know what I'm saying.
I'll give you an example. So, in order to graduate from college, and I've given this story. Well, I've told you before. It took me 5 years to graduate from undergrad. Like I had a really hard time, and one of the reasons was science. And you have to pass at least one science class to get a degree, at least one. And so I went and I took the easiest science class I could find, which was Geology 101. They called it Rocks for Jocks because all the jocks took the class. It was that easy.
Yeah, I took a geology class as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying. So like
in college, which was
and I barely.
With you.
Yeah, I barely passed that class. I barely passed it, and because it was things like, so like the professor was like talking about. He was talking about rocks and how the rocks have like layers in it and the layers are different time periods. And I stood up in class and I was like, well, professor, what about Noah's flood? What about Noah's flood? How come you don't see that in the rocks? Yeah. And so like,
no, I mean, you weren't that kid. Tell me you're lying.
No,
way.
I did. And then, and I didn't get a very good grade. But
wait, you got a good grade for that? Because he was religious as well?
Well, no. He was that professor was actually very nice, and like I'm so grateful for that professor because he actually took time like after class to I went to his office hours and he took time to explain to me. It was like, okay, so this is the deal. You learned about Noah's flood growing up, but you know, you can't necessarily translate that exactly into science. And he was explaining about how the rocks and like all this stuff, the different layers of the rocks and everything, and you're not going to see Noah's flood in it. So, but like, yeah, I'm so super grateful that he took the time to like explain that to me. But
yeah, because if not, you would have been hecka lost.
Yeah, no, I was extremely lost.
Like you would have been like, oh,
how did we get on this topic?
I don't know. First off, I'm going to sleep and I'll be right back.
Okay.
I gotta get some water, so I'll be right back. So if you need to sleep, you can. If not, don't worry about it.
Microphone muted.
All right. Hi, guys. Thank you to everybody who's in chat. Hey to AJ, Zachary R, Potato Man Not Irish. Good to see all you guys. Zachary R says people always think private schools are for super rich kids. Well, it wasn't. That's not the case in Zach or in Claude or Mai's case. Potato Man Iris says, "Did you eat the hot dog? Then my work here is done. Now I can ascend into the heavens. Goodbye." Oh, well, thank you for stopping by, Potato Man. Zachary says, has Zach seen Claude's face? No, Zachary, I actually have not seen Claude's face. I have no idea what Claude looks like. No idea. But one of these days, I'm sure he's going to do a face reveal. I'm sure. Well, I can't say that. I'm not sure, but maybe. Well, we'll ask him. We'll ask him and see what Claude has to say.
Microphone activated.
Okay, I am back.
All right.
I think, well, okay, so now I had a question. Somebody brought this up. I think this was Good Gaming, honestly. Yeah, it was Good Gaming. So Good Gaming says, what do you, well, he didn't say this, I'm just gonna ask it. What do you think, what do you think about teachers now following their students on social media?
Teachers? Oh, I think that's creepy.
Thank you.
Wait, what do you
Isn't
think?
it? I think it is creepy because, like, honestly, the goal. So they're saying the teachers are saying that they're following their students on social media, so they don't like to see if they're doing anything stupid. But honestly,
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. That's weird.
I don't know.
That's
It is
weird.
weird. But like, I don't know. That is weird. Of course, if you get to follow
Well,
the
I'm
hot
I'm
teacher, it
surprised
don't matter
I'm
to
surprised that
me.
they would I'm surprised that they would want that they would want kids to
Yeah.
follow that. Like if I was a teacher, like for instance, okay, I'm a boss, right? I'm a boss at work.
You're a boss. You
I
don't
don't
follow anybody.
I don't follow my employees Facebooks or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
And I
that's
don't want
so
I don't want them to
creepy.
follow mine. I don't want them to see what I'm doing.
I know. My one boss, like the supervisor, wanted me to do like not the supervisor that I like the boss, like kind of like you do, Zach.
Yeah.
Like the boss. She's like, add me on Facebook so we could see if this thing works. And I was like, I don't, my Facebook doesn't work sometimes. Password. And
yeah, like could you imagine? Could you imagine if your boss like showed up in your chat and started like chatting?
I
That would be
know.
so awkward. That would
Because
be
then you would have to A, lie, or B, just not acknowledge that they're that actual person.
Yeah.
But so what happened was I did accept it, and then like no longer than like 5 minutes later I checked back, she already unfriended me. Which I'm not gonna lie. I thought we were friends with that, but okay. That's a joke. You cannot be friends with your supervisors.
Yeah.
They are your
Well,
how would you
It's a job.
how do you
It's
a job. You're not friends with your
yeah.
supervisor.
It's
You
a
have
job.
to, because if you start becoming friends with them and then they start telling you to do stuff, you're A, not gonna do it, and the boss is gonna get in trouble, or B, you're not gonna respect him anymore. At the end of the day, if he's telling you to go get your rear end on the ground and scrub out a pipe, and that is your job description, you better go be out there scrubbing the pipe. Like, I don't know if that is probably not the best analogy, but like if you work for what's it called, one of those porta potty companies, and you know you're cool with your boss,
Yeah.
and he says I now need you to do the hardest job, and then you're like, nah, I don't know,
Nah, thank
nah.
you.
At the end, like, it's kind of hard because I was always kind of cool to people, but at the same time, I somehow managed to get the respect of some people, or I just fired the people. It's just like funny. It's like, haha, like, yeah, no, I'm firing you. I told you you're not cool. You did add me, right? I am firing you. I'm not, like, you might have me on, like, sometimes I do add people, but sometimes I don't. But I'm like, yeah, don't bother to show up to work.
All right. Hey, take a look at this pavement I've just laid out. What do you think of this?
Ooh, this is looking nice.
Yeah, I think this is pretty cool.
How are you liking these windows?
I think it looks amazing. Like I love it so much. Like it looks awesome. And I'm kind of glad you did the second story, because I would have fallen to my death like a million times.
Oh yeah, no, I almost died. I almost died a couple of times.
Yeah, the sides look so good too.
Yeah, I was planning on doing something different, but just doing it in the wall itself is actually just enough to not do anything crazy. To still keep that flat, but it's not flat at the same time.
Yeah, yeah, no, it looks good. Except this one little piece of sandstone up there that doesn't look too good.
Yeah, no, that's just a mild marker, 10 blocks. We can get rid of that. Don't worry. Feel free to cover this entire thing up right here with cobblestone. This is just our temporary base.
Wait, what?
Just so feel free to cover that all up with cobblestone.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you have to.
Well, so I was gonna put a different kind of block down here, like maybe like grass. Like fill this all in with like
that's
more,
what
like
you're
dirt
doing. That's
or
why
something.
it's like. I thought you were just doing this because you were too poor to finish the thing.
No. I want to.
No,
do, like,
that
something
makes
different.
sense.
I don't know.
No, you could do that.
I don't know what to use.
We
though.
could do that. Do you want to have that thing like matching over here, like an hourglass shape, or is it just gonna go straight that 90-degree angle?
No, I want it to just be straight. That was my
Okay.
idea.
I was just curious.
Maybe I'll just fill it in with sand. Because I think grass would look kind of out of place.
Yeah, it's whatever you want. Whatever you feel, Zach. Sorry, I just had to catch up on some things. Yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah, we'll just use sand. That's what I'll use. So
sandstone would look the best. Yeah.
So I'm gonna start tearing down this mountain then, because I'm gonna use all this sand.
The mountain. One day we'll get a beacon to finish that up.
Shoot, it's crazy how fast night comes in this game. I feel it was just nighttime.
Yeah, I know. That's just Minecraft for you. Minecraft is it's not like Ark where you probably could, you could, you want to sleep? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, we should probably sleep.
I don't need to sleep. I'm just saying I just don't want you to freak out while you've been attacked down there.
All right, I'm sleeping.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes for day, 10 minutes for night. So a day is, or 3 days is, it's supposed to be an hour.
Yeah.
Depending if you don't sleep or not. So that's when the phantoms come out after an hour of not sleeping. But that's a new thing, by the way. You know how those scary things come down from the sky, those phantoms?
Yeah.
Those are, you can thank everyone that voted for that. Okay, and I was not around playing Minecraft at that time. You know that Twitter vote where everyone voted for the mountains?
Yeah.
You could thank the people for the phantoms as well. They were not going to add in anything in the game if you didn't sleep. So now, when you play on your multiplayer server like the Unknown Empire, and you have to sleep, and it's a story mode, and no one wants to sleep because there's 15 people online, now you're getting attacked by these phantoms the entire time. It's so annoying. I don't know why anybody would have voted for that. Sorry, Zach. You joined at the wrong time. But, Zach, you also joined at the right time because there's honey blocks now.
Yeah.
Back in the day, pistons, like the slime blocks, were the only thing to move stuff. Before that, there wasn't even slime blocks. Was there even slime blocks before? I don't think so. I think before that, everything just had to be moved by pistons, which obviously you still do now, but like pistons only, Zach. Like there was a slime piston, yes, but there was it was not easy. Now we can just use these flying machines. And now with the honey block, we can actually make like super flying machines.
Yeah, I don't exactly understand how slime blocks work, but you seem to think that
So
they're
slime
really
blocks,
important,
yeah, they won't stick to honey blocks because they were planning on making them stick to honey blocks, and everyone was so triggered about that. What slime blocks apparently stick to 12 items. They stick to. There's only have 6 sides. They can pull 12 items that are stuck to it. So it's weird to kind of explain, but so like if this was the block here, Zach, let's say this was the honey block, this thing here. So 12 things could get attached to it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12 like that, up and down, left to right. Don't forget that slime block was sticking to the cobblestone underneath it. So, all right. So I got the side wall set up, Zach, and the top and the front. I don't know what we were going to do for the back, honestly.
I thought you said you had a plan for the back.
Do you want to leave it open?
Did you have like a design? You said you had some kind of idea for the back.
I thought I had a design for the sides. I don't know if I remember the back, honestly. I could figure something out, which is what you're telling me to do.
Oh, I thought you had it all figured out.
When you're working for the financial chief officer, and you're like, oh, what do I do with these numbers? That joke. Do you want? How do you?
So here's
do you want it.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Like a big window, or?
Well, here's what I'm thinking. So we have a giant terracotta floor, where in the kind of, and we'll have like giant columns. These giant columns that go up into the ceiling, and then right in the middle towards the back, we have a giant pool that kind of pool that leads out to the back area. And in this back, we'll have like 3 giant doorways that go out, and then we'll have this giant kind of like balcony pathway that goes out between this door over here and then like has like a loop-de-loop thing that kind of comes out here and then loops around to this other doorway that's down at the other end. And then this beneath that little loop will be like the tank that they do all their training in. What do you think about that?
It sounds cool.
Well, it was just an idea.
No, it sounds cool. I have no idea how that could be done.
Oh.
Just from explanation.
Oh, okay.
So, do you want... Is this here where we're standing right now? Is this going to be a part of the building or no?
No, I thought we would just have a floor.
Okay. So there's going to be 3 doors on the back wall over here. And then from here, there's going to be a balcony that it goes in a U shape that people can see the trainers train. And then on the second floor up there, there'll also be another balcony in the U shape, right? Or something along that line.
Yeah.
So the bosses can watch. Or whoever's on the second floor doesn't have to be bosses.
Yeah.
Alright. Let me see if I could do something about that. Alright. And you want a terracotta floor to be specific. Which we probably will not be able to do today. Because terracotta is not the easiest thing to find. But if you looked for it, you could find a lot of it.
Yeah.
So it's not like...
But is it like a gravel biome?
It's the equivalent of that.
Oh, okay.
But there's more of them. Gravel biomes are one of the rarest ones.
Yeah.
Not the rarest one, but one of the more rare. Terracottas are a little bit easier to find. Which I think we have found them, by the way, in this world. I'm not entirely sure.
Really?
Make a big
I don't
Y
remember
for
that.
Yeats. Yeah, did we go through that big yellow-orange place, or was that my world? I don't know.
I think that was your
It's been
world.
so long. Yeah, then we done screwed.
Yeah.
Good Gaming says mountains were a good choice. Bumped into both of my dogs chilling near the door. Lamau. Yeah, the dark stream. What? Make hanger doors. I'm not looking at a meme during the middle of stream, dude.
Yeah, no, don't make hangar doors. Because like this is supposed to be this is not for the spaceship. This is for people. Like we'll have a separate building for the hangar.
Oh no, that's what.
Yeah,
that's
we
what
don't
he's
we don't
just
want them
suggesting.
in the same building. I mean, we could, but that's just more complicated.
That not funny. That's not even a funny meme. I want Claude from Chicago. Oh, okay. It kind of funny, but not that funny. Okay, so okay, so I don't know if you know, but I changed my logo, and a bunch of my logos is not
Oh yeah, I saw that.
adjusting properly. But I
Wait.
had to change it.
I gotta ask though, is it on purpose that your logo is Comic Sans?
Well, Good Gaming had a heart attack when we changed it from Comic Sans, so I don't need him to die. I can't let him go to the hospital.
But,
Originally, I thought Comic Sans looked pretty cool, and then I was like, "It's." So what happened was, so I was a part of a YouTube channel,
Yeah.
which PvP. Why do I always keep saying it's Clone 1? Sent me a meme of you. So what happened was I was part of this old channel, and I kind of like we fell apart.
Yeah.
They were a part of the Catholic Crew Boys. But I pretty much got up and left. So I needed something really quick. And I thought Comic Sans, within the 5 minutes of making that logo, the original one, looked pretty cool. So I picked that one. And none of my software actually lets me use. It does not let me use the fonts that I would like to use, which is very annoying, by the way, because I would honestly use Luckiest Guy. That is the font that I like to use, which, by the way, Mr. Beast stole from me.
Yeah.
Because I've been using that font before Mr. Beast was alive, which is not true. He uses some sort of different version of it.
Yeah.
But that only loads in on Adobe Premiere. It does not load into GIMP.
Yeah.
Which is so annoying because I don't know what's wrong with my computer. It just doesn't load in any of the fonts, so I have to use all the basic ones that they give you. So that's the reason why I haven't changed it.
Oh.
But yeah, I had to change it, and then I had to change it the other day because my one friend, well, I guess coworker, boss, I don't know, because everyone's like not my boss today, and then the next day they are. I don't know, but what pretty much happened was he got fined $1,000 for using a small fruit basket on his website.
Wait, what?
Yes, the copyright holders of the small fruit basket said, "That's our basket. We're going to sue you."
Wow.
And he said, "I know I got it from your site. Here's the money that you want." So they just skipped the whole suing part.
Yeah.
So he messaged me saying, "Yeah, be careful because I knew this was going on for a long time, and they were going to, like, you know, fight it out or whatever."
Yeah, no, you gotta be
But
careful
then at
with
the
that.
end of the day, he said at the end of the day, just get rid of it. Like, he just cut it.
Yeah.
Like, it was not worth. I was like, okay. So pretty much, I had to change it. Not because I was getting told to.
Oh shoot, we're at the same problem where we got monsters.
Are you ready to sleep, mate?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Right.
Nope.
I'm lagging,
Nope.
so
Oh shoot.
my bed's not. All right, I'm sleeping now.
Oof. That was close.
Yeah, it gets more and more dangerous as Minecraft progresses on. And then it doesn't, and then it does.
All right, so you were saying about your logo.
Yeah, so I just had to change it. Just a basic looking thing.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, looks even better than the other one because there was just too much stuff going on, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I think your logo looks pretty good. Like, who's having a cow about it?
Oh, no one's having a cow about it. I just pretty much said
okay, all right.
I'm changing it. If I needed to change it before someone did the same thing that did on my friend / coworker / boss, which probably wouldn't have happened. But like I was saying before, didn't I? I was telling you this, that even though that picture is from a non-copyright website, which they said you can use the picture, but that was the same thing that happened with one of the YouTube music songs that I used from the YouTube Music Library.
Yeah.
Before, back in the day, where they said, you know what? No, this song is now copyrighted. So all the people that used it for free, it's not for free anymore. And I was honestly really triggered about that.
Yeah, that's really frustrating.
But it is what it is. Oh, man. I got my logo on the internet. But I change it up a bit. Don't admit that. Don't admit that. But see, the thing is, that honestly triggers me though, Zach. is you not my logo doesn't update all the it's been a day. Like my logo hasn't updated for every platform yet.
Really?
It's like sometimes it'll have the OG one and sometimes it won't. It's like bruh. I don't know if you've ever came into that that has ever happened to you.
No, mine always updates instantly.
It's literally 2 G's. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. First off, if you any company ever would have a big of a deal, don't ever tell a company it's not that big of a deal. Right, Zach, or wrong?
Yeah.
If they think it's a big of a deal, it's going to be a big of a deal.
Yeah.
But I understand it shouldn't be that big of a deal. That's right. It's not big that big of a deal. Stop.
All right, I've finished my terraforming out here. I think it looks pretty good. I just filled it all in with sand.
Oh, okay. Let me take a look. Oh yeah, I was going underneath. I was like, "Where's the hole to get out?" It's looking good. We might have to get. Did you customly build this thing here?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted
Oh
to ask.
no, you don't like it. You don't
I
like it.
I just wanted to ask before I just deleted it all. Because I was like, I don't know if this was here or not. Oh, by the way, Zach, I do like it. Thank you for doing that because I'm not the greatest at terraforming. How are these doors looking on the back? I ran out of stone brick, so I can't really do anything else right now. But how is that looking? Or is that looking bad?
They're a little short.
You want them to be taller?
Well, what if we have like what if we need something to go in and out of the doors that's tall? What if we have giants come visit the spaceport?
Yeah, I could make them taller. I just need to get more stone brick. Alright, well, I'll fix that later. Let me go get some stone brick. I'll be back. I'll make him taller. What's up, Jeffrey? Dude, it's not supposed to be funny. It's an old format. Is it just me? But, like, salmon is pretty good, though.
Salmon? The fish?
Yeah.
Yeah, salmon's pretty good.
Like, honestly, I'm kind of tempted to go eat another slice.
Wait, what? It almost killed you and you want to eat more of it?
It's honestly like no, it was really good.
Oh my goodness.
It's like I always have salmon and I'm always fine. Oh, I am tired as well, by the way, Zach.
Good. Well, we've been doing a lot of work. You should
True.
be tired.
True. Where's our siesta? Is that what is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's what we do down here in New Mexico.
Oh, goodness me. Sign me up.
I had a question for you. Can we talk about TV stuff for a minute?
Yes.
So, have you been following this new TV show called The Mandalorian?
Mandalorian? You mean like the car?
No. Wait, are you serious right now?
Dude, they gave me a lot of medication earlier, all right? When I was already feeling better.
Not
Okay.
the DeLorean, the Mandalorian.
Oh, okay.
With Baby Yoda?
Or Java. Sorry, this guy's asking me a question. Where was that? Oh, no, the Mandalorian with the Baby Yoda thing?
Yeah.
No, never heard of this show.
What? That's what Baby Yoda is from.
Oh.
Wait, you didn't realize that? Seriously?
I didn't know that was a show. I just thought somebody made a funny concept art and just
Really?
done.
You didn't know
I did
Baby
not know it
Yoda
was
was
a
the real
show.
thing? Are you joking with me right now?
We I did not know that was a thing. So what's going on in that show?
So
Is it just Baby Yoda or is that it?
so okay, so you know about Disney Plus, right?
Yes.
So Disney Plus started streaming. They started their streaming service, and The Mandalorian was their premiere show, which was the Star Wars spin-off with The Mandalorian, who's a character in it, and Baby Yoda. And they kind of like go on this adventure together.
Oh, so
And
how does Baby Yoda? How does he get into this storyline here?
Well, I don't know. I've never seen the show.
Oh, okay.
I don't know because I don't have Disney Plus. That's not the point. But the point, I mean, it's been very popular because that's where the whole Baby Yoda memes have all been coming from.
Yeah.
Is this show. But my point is, they just did their I just heard they just did their season finale for this Mandalorian, and it just the show just started, and so like I pulled it up, and the show has only had 8 episodes.
This sounds about like a good season.
They've had 8 episodes, and then the season's over.
Well, it's Star Wars. They got to rip it off and pull it as long as they can.
Well,
they're not. Disney is not about losing money.
Yeah, but
Disney will not risk losing a dime.
I am very. Do you realize that TV series used to be 26 episodes?
Well, yeah, the good ones.
And like, what happened to TV series that they're now 8 episodes long? Like, that's a series.
Money.
8 episodes.
It's money. It's money. Everyone, it doesn't want to lose money in a film, or they want to pull it as long as they can. The same thing with The Office. The Office should have ended with Steve Carell leaving. When Steve Carell left, it should have been over. I love The Office, don't get me wrong. But all the people that they try to fill in to do the boss, because like every show is like that when the main character leaves.
Yeah.
See, you have to have a show that is well developed where it can still survive without the main character.
Yeah,
but
I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I'm sleeping as well now. But you need to make a show that doesn't just survive on the main character. But that's how shows are. It has to be one person. Any shows that aren't with more than one person, then it just kind of falls flat. It's just like who's more important, this person or this person. It has to be just the one person. Like most movies are just the one person.
Yeah, I just think it's crazy that like TV series have gone from 26 episode series to 8 episode series. Like that's just, it's so crazy to me.
Yeah. Did you Game of Thrones? Did you ever see Game of Thrones?
No. I actually have never seen any of the Game of Thrones episodes.
Okay, Game of Thrones is a really good TV show. A lot of people did not like how it ended, which honestly I didn't, but it was not enough to, it was kind of a cop-out because of the political things that were happening in real life. that's pretty much why they ended it like that. I'm not gonna lie, that really got me mad. It was a really good TV show until they decided to get political the last season. But Game of Thrones was a really good medieval show, and let's see how many episodes they had per season. Season 8 had let me see. Why is this never happening? They had 73 episodes in 8 seasons.
73 episodes.
73 episodes for 8 seasons.
Wait, so that's like 10. That's like. Wait.
Yeah.
Well, it's not quite 10 a season then.
So let's. 73 divided by 8 is 9.125.
So 9 episodes a season.
Yeah. So unlike other other shows like I don't know how to explain. Like sitcoms, you can kind of just crank out. A Game of Thrones was 1 hour long minimum, filmed with film, none of that, which I really liked. So it was like they shot an independent movie every single, like I guess you could say, week.
Yeah.
They went to like each season had a minimum of 7 different countries they shot in, not in a studio. Well, obviously some things were probably shot in a studio, but overall, it was crazy, and there was a minimum of an hour long. Some of them went for like 2-3 hours. Like I don't know if you heard the huge hype for the battle scene for when it was coming out back in May. Which, by the way, the director did not. He definitely shot that dark. He definitely shot that dark. Which people were very upset because there was like, you know how film works. You know how like it was just too dark. It was too dark. Like it wasn't like screen black. It was just black. Like the camera iris was not picking up any light whatsoever.
Yeah.
But it was still pretty cool. If you went back and tried to rewatch that, you wouldn't have been able to. If you haven't seen it before, you would be, because it's so upsetting. Because I don't know if you would. Are you gonna go watch it?
I might.
Okay, good. It
doesn't
really
sound like there's. It doesn't sound like there's that many episodes.
Yeah, well, don't forget they're all an hour long.
Oh, that's true. That's.
And there's ones that are longer. It's a really good story. It was just a sellout how they did the ending, which I honestly can see why people were triggered. But I don't know, maybe because that's because my favorite character didn't win.
Do we need more of the blue panes?
Well, I don't know how you want these. I'm gonna do the frames first for these doors. We might, but I don't think so. Because if we're doing the same thing here, you want big doors, so we're not going to end up using panes anyways. Well, we will use panes, but not as many, because we're not going to fill it in. Honestly, I don't know what the IP is for the Java with followers world. Like, because we only played it one time. So is this with a big door here, Zach, though? It just needs to be taller, is what you're trying to say.
So what I was thinking was, like... So let me see if I can jump over here. So like for this door here, like this is like perfect if it like arches over like this. And then you know how like you could like fill it in with glass and then like leave two open for like...
Yeah, no, that's what I was planning on doing, yeah.
Two open, so you have like, it looks like a glass door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is going to be the biggest one here in the middle, right? Because you would want just one door that was big.
Yeah.
Right here. So this is the biggest one.
Yeah.
And then these two would be identical. And then I would have a little slit windows here and some sort of design up the top. That's why there's like this gap here. It's not
just
because
like,
I was doing it.
Yeah, it's like we're like this. We're thinking exactly in sync.
Okay. So just tell me where you come look at this before you swim out. How tall you want this to go before I start curving it? So I'm at 2, 3. It has to be at least 3. This is where I was before.
Yeah.
So 4, 5, and then start curving this,
Um.
or go more.
No, I think you could start curving it after 4.
So
Probably.
right here.
Yeah.
Okay. So before you leave again, so we go like this, and then we go 1, 2, 3. So how does that look? And then we fill in the glass later.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
All right, sweet. And then let's do the big one while you're here, because you're the boss. So, okay. So this has to go obviously higher than 4. So this is 4 here. So you want to go 5, 6?
Yeah,
and
that
then
looks
start
good.
curving it?
That looks good.
Okay. And then this here we're gonna have to do something different because I'm gonna hit the roof. Unless I do go up by 1. Do you want me to go by 2? Hold on, let's figure this out before. And then obviously the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. So you want this to go up by 1, or do you want these to go up like 2 across?
No, just go back. Just go up.
So just go up 1 more.
Yeah.
Oh, like that?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even think about doing that at all. All right. Sweet. All right. Thank you, Zach. Now we can go back to doing your tasks. Because it's definitely hard because like I would have to jump down, look at it, come back, and then
Yeah.
be like, I don't like that. Which is totally fine because I'm not the greatest at making arches. I did it at the front somehow, kind of. Nice. All right, beautiful. And then somewhere in here we'll add like these in things that have their own design and stuff like that. But we'll figure that out later because we need the floor. Because at this point I think you're tired of swimming, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is like when we get this all done, it's gonna just look amazing. Like it already looks amazing.
I know, right? I like. Oh, dude's arches look really good now. Just seeing that, actually. Oh, that's awesome. And I guess from here, Zach, like we'll have the 2 little slits there in the middle, or we could just leave it like that and just fill the rest in with glass there. It's up to you. But we'll do that another day. Like, you know, if we have those 2 slits like these side walls,
Yeah.
and then fill that in with glass, I don't know, or just have. We just got so much stuff to do. But with terracotta, because we're running pretty low in time, we're probably not gonna be able to get any today, or the enough we need. But I'm pretty sure terracotta is just clay that is smelted. Honestly. Looks good. Thanks, AJ. AJ likes it.
Oh, nice.
Terracotta is clay. I don't know if we've looked for clay. Clay is not really the easiest thing to find.
How is there those ones with like all the different designs and stuff in them?
Oh, like the glazed terracotta?
Yeah.
I don't. Honestly, I have no idea how to make terracotta. I'm just assuming it is from clay. Because somebody said it once at a point saying, oh, terracotta is the new word for clay.
Oh, well, maybe.
Glazed terracotta is something to do with. Glazed terracotta has something to do with taking regular terracotta and then baking it again with a certain color. Maybe it's like you take black and put black into terracotta and then you rebake it. I gotta look it up because I don't honestly know.
Yeah, well, we can do some Minecraft research, like a Minecraft research project or something.
Yeah, I've never used terracotta, honestly. The only thing that I've experimented in that's barely is with those concretes.
Yeah.
Which concretes for what you're looking for is concretes are close to true color, and the terracottas are very are like terracottas are warmer colors. Concrete is just exactly, and the glazed terracotta are like those super epic designs. Never knew what you were a thing, of course, till I came back. But it's looking nice. Oh,
Yeah, I like
I
it
want
a
to make a
lot.
hot dog now.
Well, I think this is a good place to end it off. What do you think?
I think so too, Zach.
All right. Well,
So thank
so
you
next
so much for playing.
yeah,
But
next
can
time
you
we'll
wrap
figure
it up
out
this time?
next time we'll figure out the floor thing.
Yeah. Is this gonna be? Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure out what we're gonna do on the inside. I have a design in mind. We'll see. All right, Zach. Thank you so much for playing. I'm gonna go talk to my chat real quick.
All right, later.
Microphone muted.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me on today's stream, which is the first stream of the new decade. It's always fun to stream on a holiday. I don't know why. I really like it. There's some of my favorite streams is my holiday streams. Thank you so much for joining. Remember to do something fun every single day. And until next time, this is Zach signing off.